Download the BCSN Plus app today. Local sports all the time. Visit bcsnnation.com for details. Discounts may apply. On the Diamond with Duane is brought to you by State Farm agent Julie Spann Johnson. Covering your bases and protecting your future. Call Julie for all of your insurance needs.
Softball season is in full swing. That means On the Diamond with Duane is back. Duane Lanham joining me in studio. So great to have you back.
So glad to be back, Nicole, and here talking about fast pitch softball, high school, Northwest Ohio.
What's just been your early impression so far of the competition we've seen this year?
Well, it's really been about what you would expect. You know, the premier teams that we see year after year are starting to really gel up and get that chemistry, but you're always looking for that team that's going to surprise you that you weren't expecting. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen as the year progresses.
Now, each week for On the Diamond with Duane, we're going to feature a team and player of the week. This week, we're talking about Start, a perennial power in the City League that just underwent a coaching change.
Yes, they did. And since 2018, Dominic Rinaldi was there. And as soon as he took over, guess what? They won the first City League championship. Not only did they win the first one, but 5 more right after that, 6 in a row. So I don't think there's another school around here that can boast that they won 6 titles in a row. And then talking to the new coach, Ron Vita, he thinks that with their upperclassmen, they're going after that number 7.
It'll be exciting to see how Start competes in the City League, as well as Dominic Rinaldi taking over at St. Ursula.
Correct.
As we move now to our player of the week, we're talking about a great pitcher in our area, Molly Connor.
Yes, and I've known Molly since she's about 10 years old. Her dad, Jim, brought her in for a few lessons with me, and I'd spent some time with her off and on through the years. Great family. 100% support behind her and what she's done. You know, Dad kind of drilled into her that, hey, if you're wanting to be the best, you want to go on and play at the collegiate level, you got to put the work in, and that young lady did. And obviously, if you read about the players here in Northwest Ohio, she's one of the premier ones that's going to go on and play at Notre Dame University. Playing at Anthony Wayne kind of tells the story about the type of girl that she is, both inside and outside. Team player, gives it everything every time she's out there, and she definitely would be my #1 pick as a spotlight player of the week.
No doubt the Generals are known for producing great pitchers, but I got to know, for your top 10, where does Anthony Wayne stack up this week?
Well, it was a little tough to go through in flying 10, but definitely Anthony Wayne's on top. They're doing what they always do. And then if you look at the list, the same old schools for the most part that you expect to see there are there. We're covering a large range of different conferences. So as time moves, I'm sure that list is going to change and some other teams are going to pop up there. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen in the next 9-10 weeks that we cover this softball in Northwest Ohio.
As we look ahead to the slate that we'll be featuring here on BCSN and the BCSN Plus app, we see those top 3 teams getting ready to square off. Perrysburg just picked up a win over Northview today, and the road only gets tougher next week, Duane.
Yes, it does. Perrysburg's got 2 tough ones they're going to have to play. Anthony Wayne on Wednesday, turn right back around and play Springfield on Thursday. 2 toughest teams. One obviously fits my top 3. We're going to know how things are going to shake out after next week.
Now, those are always some of the most exciting matchups that we get each season
as
well. Now, another new segment for On the Diamond with Duane, we'll be talking about some college players heading off to school. We already mentioned Molly Connor going to Notre Dame. Who are some other ones you'd like to spotlight?
This week, we're going to look at a couple, 3 seniors. We've got Haley Griggs at Perrysburg going on to Florida State. We've got Riley Rowe, pitcher from Otsego, going on to Flagler College. And we've got Cameron Hall at Springfield going on to Grand Valley State.
Now, there's also players that are already in the college ranks that are shining from our local area. Who's someone like you'd like to spotlight there?
Sophia Weigess from Whitmer, doing really well. Started all 37 games. She's batting .358, had 5 home runs and 28 RBIs. And, you know, her talents that she had playing at Whitmer, she's just carried it right on over to Akron.
It's great to see her also come home and have the performances like she did against the Rockets and the Falcons. But hey, there's so much more softball to talk about moving forward, but we can't wait to keep featuring you with On the Diamond. Thanks for being here.
Look forward to it next week and see who we bring in Spotlight next week.